What's up, guys? It's the Ginger
and the Bear,
and y'all, with Wilder Fury 2, we are immensely excited. This is a damn amazing fight. It feels like a real true heavyweight brawl.
Yeah, I mean, this is the fight in boxing today.
Everything that Andy Ruiz versus AJ could have been.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Andy Ruiz's boxing career.
Everything.
R.I.P. your Andy Ruiz fandom.
Well, no, I still like Andy, but
I like him.
But I'm not here to talk about, fat chunkers or something like that. We're talking about another fat man.
An ex-fat man.
Ex-fat man. Yeah, Tyson Fury. And honestly, there was so much controversy around Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 1 that we decided to do a little recap, a little visit.
We didn't
who
have
actually
the
won.
channel. The channel didn't exist yet.
Exactly.
So we're going to tell you guys who actually won in Wilder versus Fury 2 based on our incredibly high-level technical breakdowns of the fight.
But just like Wilder knocked the fuck out of
everybody.
Go ahead and
Fury.
like that
Including
button.
Fury.
Go ahead and like that like button.
And just like Fury wants you guys to raise from the dead every day and watch our daily MMA videos. So guys, this was honestly, as much as people I feel like are very divided, this is super controversial. It's unfortunately one of those fights that is very difficult to score. There was actually a lot of output for both guys as far as punches thrown, but there were a very few amount of punches that were landed according to CompuBox. And we can make a whole nother video on CompuBox and whether it's accurate or not, but just going off these numbers, right? Wilder threw 71 punches, or Wilder landed 71 punches and threw 430 punches. Fury landed 84 and threw 327. So honestly, for Wilder, this is a huge volume of strikes that he's thrown. He after this fight showed a much more conservative style, even against like Ortiz.
Well, Ortiz, right? He hardly threw anything.
Barely
he was
threw.
Giving away rounds like candy.
Until he knocked his ass out.
Exactly.
And it's interesting because I feel like the performances almost since those fights have maybe colored people's perceptions of that fight. Because I remember it and I was like, damn, this fight's crazy. They're both landing so much. And neither guy actually landed that much. And it's so weird to say that Wilder was throwing more than his opponent based on the last couple of performances he's had.
So I think, I personally think that Fury won the whole entire thing. I don't know how, in terms of the scorecards and the rounds and who dictated the rounds, who put the amount of pressure, who put a boxing masterclass. It was Tyson Fury the whole entire way. And I think the 12th round probably exemplifies the whole entire fight. Deontay was trying to land that one-shot knockoff. I do not remember Deontay actually throwing that much, except in the 9th and in the 12th.
That's why it was weird when you actually look at the numbers. Because I remember the characterization of the fight is that Fury was weaving, bop, throwing a lot of like nothing behind them punches, just kind of occupying Wilder.
And I don't take anything out of CompuBox.
Yeah.
And neither do you, right? Like, I mean, CompuBox numbers, those hits could be landed on the elbow. They can be landed on the stomach. Oh, stomachs are good punches, but it might not be flush actually. And
even if somebody wins on CompuBox, that doesn't actually mean they won the round necessarily.
The way you understand if somebody actually got hurt is where they are in the ring. Are they backing up? Are they moving forward? Are they dictating the fight? Whoever is dictating the fight probably didn't get bopped, especially by Wilder. And that's what Tyson Fury was doing all night. He was dictating the round. And even in the 12th round, when he got, knocked out, he was dead for 2 seconds. When he came back, he won that round. There was
had a commune with boxing greats of the past.
Yeah, exactly. He saw Muhammad Ali.
He was talking to Joe Louis.
Everybody.
Joe Louis just goes, "Well done, young man. Your time has not ended."
Yeah, exactly. He threw him back up there.
It was a hell of a fight. I am so excited. Honestly, though, dude, I think I would agree with you with your characterization of the rounds. I don't know what the judge was smoking. It must have been some really good crack, but in Britain that day. But like 115, 111 for Wilder.
It wasn't in Britain. It was in the U.S.
But the judge who gave it to Wilder was from Britain.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
115, 111 for Wilder, right? Yeah. He must just be so biased against travelers or something, because that makes zero sense to me. And I actually think Wilder won the fight.
Okay.
But I think Wilder won the fight because Wilder, if you watch the tape, does hang out for a second before he goes back to the neutral corner.
Yeah.
But he goes back to the neutral corner, then the judge still doesn't... the judge is still talking to him when he's in the neutral corner, then he starts the count.
From what I remember with the Wilder count, it happened exactly when Tyson Fury... He started the numbers right when Tyson Fury went down. And by that numbers, he did not make the 10 count.
Yeah.
But it didn't. That's not how boxing 10 counts work. You go to the corner, the referee looks at the guy that's going to the corner, he comes back, then he starts to count. And a 10 count is only if it's not so much about the 10 count, it's whether or not the boxer can actually defend himself, right? And because of like say it was he got up on 11. Say he got up on 11. He still whooped Wilder's ass afterwards, right? And so that shows that he wasn't knocked out. He wasn't out of the game, right? It's different when you give a boxer 30 minutes to recover, 5 minutes to recover, a minute to recover.
That point's really fair. That point is really fair. The only thing that my only issue is like there needs to be, it's just really hard because if Fury, like let's just say hypothetically Fury that was a bad, I think that was the most devastating punch I've ever seen somebody come back from across combat sports. MMA, boxing, anything I've ever seen, for someone to actually come back from that, to be put out that way and come back. And my only thing is, if that hadn't have happened and he just didn't happen to come back and again be possessed by the ghost of like every boxer ever, and he then had been put out again, we would be having a very different conversation about how the ref was irresponsible and should have called the fight. And I always think you need to protect the fighters from themselves, first of all, and I still think that should have been waived.
So
like if Fury just had, if it wasn't like a great, all-time great sporting moment, in my opinion, we'd be saying, why the hell did the judge let Deontay Wilder massacre Fury a second time? No. So fucked up.
Absolutely. Okay.
Because of how the count went is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And I totally agree that, like, obviously, if Tyson Fury was put away, if the judge, we would be sitting here like, what a travesty.
Yeah.
This man is a boxing savant, and now he's lost,
so many brain cells. 2
points of IQ.
He doesn't know his left from right.
Exactly. Like, that would have been a travesty. I actually, I think BTTV interviewed the referee, and the referee used to be a fireman paramedic. I used to be an EMT and a paramedic. And he was talking about when he's doing his assessment, right?
Yeah.
There's two things that we look for in that. We look if they're able to.
Did you just fucking look? There's ethos, pathos, logos. You just fucking pathos me. You just said, okay, I have an air of authority though. You dick. It worked too. I was like, damn, that makes a lot of sense.
Here's the thing. When you're assessing a scene, you're assessing somebody on the ground, knocked out, unconscious, whatever it is, you step, the first thing we go is, did their eyes go to me?
Yeah.
Did their body language say, oh, there's somebody there? Because when we're closing our eyes, right? I know you're here. I know if somebody came through the door, I
can tell you're here. Yeah.
Right? And if you look back on what Tyson Fury did as the referee was coming towards him, he opened his eyes.
Yeah.
He opened his eyes, and some people thought that he opened his eyes were open the whole entire time.
They weren't.
They were closed, and then he opened it right away.
No, he was out. Like, he looked like he was a sleeping baby for a minute.
Yes, for a hot second. But when the referee actually started coming to him, he opened his eyes. And my thing is that Fury is a veteran. Fury is a veteran, right? If he knew that the count started as soon as his little cranium, big cranium, hit the canvas,
he does have a noggin,
then he would need to get up immediately so he can make that count. But he knows it's based off of the referee's numbers, right? So he starts getting up at 7, right? At 7, he's going to get up.
Because he'll have the best chance to clear the cobwebs.
Yes, exactly.
And to be fair, to your point too, Fury has said this. To my point, Fury has said he was staying on the ground, taking a nice little rest to clear the cobwebs and get back up. To my point, Tyson Fury has said a lot of wild shit. But
sure.
It just is difficult because I don't... it's very tricky because you are right, like, under the rules of boxing. But just, I still think Wilder won it. I don't think it should have been continued. Like,
yeah, you don't even believe yourself right now. Listen, the thing is that I would agree with you if Tyson Fury was grabbing onto Deontay Wilder the whole entire time.
I hate
if he was going,
I don't,
you know.
To be fair, like, Fury wasn't even wobbly.
That's
the part.
Exactly. He won the rest of the round. He won the rest of the round.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Yeah. It's one of those. Okay, Fury maybe one of the scorecards, but in the streets, why?
Yeah, in the streets where Deontay Wilder can start stomping his head on the curb, I 100% agree. Deontay won. But in boxing, Tyson Fury won.
You know, one of us has lost the whole damn argument. We're like, but in the streets. But in the streets.
Street fighter versus boxer. Here we go.
I think, to be fair, the best way that you can sell the rematch is it was still a really good fight. I think Fury did win on the scorecards, to be fair. But I think Wilder had the two best moments of the fight. I think that's completely fair to say.
Yep.
And that's why it is such an intriguing matchup. And because Fury's been the only guy who has been able to go the distance with Wilder.
And I am super, super hyped up for this fight.
Same.
You know, like, there's just so much, even in the press conference, there's so much animosity. I have no idea why.
I think they like each other. I think there's competitive animosity. So. I think there's competitive animosity. Yeah. I don't think there's like real animosity. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to it. I love both fighters. I'm not going to give away my prediction.
Y'all better sub because the prediction video is coming out tomorrow.
We're doing a prediction video tomorrow. Give us a like, give us a sub. Stay tuned. We love you guys. Let us know who you think won the first fight
and who you think's going to win the second fight. And tune in for our predictions. And guys, give us a follow because I pulled that out of my ass pretty well. Honestly, I pulled it out. Let's be honest.